Hello again, everyone. This is Collocations Part 8. This is the 8th video in my collocation series, and like the others, I'll present 5 commonly used collocations to you numbered 36 to 40. But first, I'll give you the opportunity to guess the appropriate word or words to complete them. Then, I'll give you the answers to each one and provide an additional example. I also recommend that you pause the video at each question to give yourself some extra time to think of the answers. So, are you ready once again? Here we go, number 36. And the answer here is C, best-selling, a best-selling book. And our example is, he wrote a best-selling book about his many trips to Africa. Okay, a best-selling book is a very popular book, and it's usually sold in great numbers, and that's what a best-selling book is. This is very common. In our example, they're talking about how this author wrote a book about his many trips to Africa, right? So it was very popular, a very popular book. Let me see, was it a worldwide book or was it a blistering book? It may have been, but our collocation here is best-selling. That's the one we want, and that's the one that's used the most. All right, here's another example. In her best-selling book, she describes how she lost over 50 kilos in under 1 year. All right, probably a very popular diet book, and it's a best-selling book. Again, if it's a best-selling book, it is very popular and sold in great numbers. And I'm sure that people that are on a diet would love to read this book. Now for number 37. And the answer here is A, business card. And our example is, Gerard put his private phone number on the back of his business card when I first met him. All right, business card, commonly used when we're talking about a card with your contact information. But we wouldn't call it a contact card or even a commercial card. All right, business card, that's our collocation. Here's another example. The car salesperson gave me his business card after his sales pitch about the new car I was looking at. All right, again, we have a card that I'm sure you've seen these everywhere. They're business cards, all right, and that usually has the information of the company or maybe even the salesperson on there. All right, okay, here's number 38. And the answer is B, from, exiled from. And in our example, Napoleon was exiled from his country to the island of Elba. Now, exiled from, this means sent away from your own country or town, wherever you live. And usually it's for political reasons. In this case, if you've studied history, you know that Napoleon had to leave his country or they sent him away to the island of Elba. Okay? Now, coming from there, we use exiled from. Going to a place, we use exiled to. So if we didn't have from here, we would say Napoleon was exiled to the island of Elba. Okay? It's a little bit confusing. Here's another example. During the long, bloody war, many people were exiled from their homes. All right? In this case, they were sent away from their homes because of the war. All right, so we have exiled from, very common collocation. Also, exiled to, meaning going to a place. Also, a very commonly used collocation. Got it? All right, here's number 39. And the answer here is miserably. Failed miserably. All right, and our example is, the mayor's effort to solve the crime problems in the city failed miserably, which means that they failed completely and in a very bad way. Okay? Now, did they fail sharply? I guess you could probably say that. We don't use it though like that. All right? And adroitly means something else. Okay? So, failed miserably, used quite often. Here's another example. I'm afraid that my new project will fail miserably if I don't get extra help with it. All right, this person's talking about how their project will completely fail or fail in a bad way if they don't get help. Got it? All right, here's our final collocation, number 40. And the answer here is C, feel. Feel faint. And our example is, Gary usually works straight through the day without eating lunch. But if I tried doing it, I would feel faint at around 3 in the afternoon. All right, so to feel faint means that you feel weak and you're about to become unconscious. Got it? And that's what the person is talking about in the example. If the person didn't eat lunch, they would feel faint. All right? Now, would they drop faint or go faint? No, they're not used. To feel faint, used quite often. Here's another example. It was really hot today, and after working outside in it for 3 hours, I felt faint and I almost passed out. So this person is in the sun, they feel weak, they feel like they're going to faint. They're feeling faint. All right? Now, something that's very similar to this is to faint. All right? You can say that I'm going to faint, which means I'm going to pass out, another word we use, to faint, right? To become unconscious. All right? But in this one, we're talking about feeling faint, or this person felt faint because of the heat. Got it? That's all for this video. Thanks again for subscribing, everyone. And if you get a chance, please share and like this video. And remember what I always say, keep practicing. See you next time.